Bonjour, je m'appelle Tom, je viens de Bathurst, je suis en 4e année, j'étudie une licence des lettres et d'études internationales. I decided to study languages with my degree because I do an international studies degree and you have to study a minor, but I decided to extend it to a major because I really enjoyed studying languages at university, and I find that doing an arts degree there often isn't a lot of structure, so being in a class with people that I came to know as my language progressed was a really good way to make friends. I had the opportunity to study abroad last year. I spent a year at the University of Strasbourg. It was a really good way, after I'd finished all my language subjects at uni, to really immerse myself in the language and the culture that I had spent so much time learning about. I'm really glad that I studied languages and it created that opportunity for me. Strasbourg was a really good fit for me because I study languages and international studies. They have a school there called Sciences Po, which is the Institute of Political Sciences. So it gave me the opportunity to study the subjects that I would have been doing at home for my international studies degree, but to do them over there in French. So I was learning about politics and also improving my language skills at the same time. And also Strasbourg was good because there are a lot of European institutions there, so it gave me the chance to get some practical experience to see how European politics works and how international relations takes place in that sort of a context. I do language ambassadors at Smiths Hill High School, which is a school in central Wollongong, not far from where I live. And it's really good now that I've finished all my language subjects at uni and I've finished my major in French to go back and help kids that are just starting out, because often I think when you get to a certain level with languages, it's easy to forget the really basic things that you've learned. So to go back and help kids in year 8 or 9, even those kids up to year 11 and 12 that are perhaps doing beginners languages for their HSC, it's good for me to go back for my own language skills, to just go back and revise the basics. It helps me keep in touch with the languages and keep improving and just reinforcing the really basic skills that sometimes I think it's easy to forget. I think it is important to learn a language. There are some careers I think it's helpful to have just skills in a language if you're working in an international context, just for ease of communication. I think that's very desirable to an employer. But I think there are a lot of things that you can get out of languages beyond just knowing that language. I think it's the secondary skills a lot of the time that really are the most valuable. To know that you can switch between different systems, that you can communicate with a diverse range of people, and to know that a language perhaps gives you a different perspective on things, that you have different frameworks with which you can interpret things. Like, I know the French, when I was studying in Strasbourg, think about things a little bit differently, and so to be able to engage with them in their own language, you can better understand their perspective on a lot of issues. So I think that's very desirable for an employer, but also personally it opens a lot of doors, I think. Au revoir.